Standing room only at Chicago Stadium on West Madison Street in Chicago, Illinois. Game 2, Eastern Conference semifinals. The matchup, 76ers on the left, Bulls on the right. Barkley, Pippen, Gilliam, Grant will be important early on.
Yes, the 76ers have to get something out of their front line. When you look at the front line, Bob, you've got Barkley, Gilliam, Mahorn, big, strong players. You look at Chicago, Pippen and Grant, lean, aggressive, guys that like to get out on the fast break. Cartwright can bang around with the inside. But if Philadelphia is going to win the battle of the trenches, Gilliam and Mahorn have to give them something. The other night, 2 for 14 or 2 for 12 combined. They've got to be able to get some production inside to relieve some of the pressure on Charles Barkley.
Phil Jackson, the head coach of Chicago. Prior to that, you saw, of course, Jimmy Lynam. We're ready to get underway with this game from Chicago Stadium. Armand Gilliam will be jumping up at center against Bill Cartwright. The referees, Darryl Garretson, Wally Rooney, and Bernie Fryer.
We'll have to see if Philadelphia makes the same commitment to go to Armand Gilliam as early as they did last game. First quarter, they went to him 4 of the first 5 possessions.
And he missed all 4 shots.
Yes, he did, and they never recovered after that. And Bill Cartwright was the guy that Chicago went to early.
Barkley on Pippen. 10 to shoot for Chicago. Now 5. Jordan against Hawkins for 3. Jordan misses the triple. Good half-court defense by Philly on the run to Gilliam. And he scores his first basket down on a transition layup. Philadelphia out in front 2-0.
Well, if you're a guy that's struggling, you want to get off with an easy layup. Armand Gilliam leaped out and got the easy score.
Grant inside of Gilliam. It's tied at 2.
When you look at Armand Gilliam's body, you expect him to be a tough, hard-nosed guy on the low block. He's really more of a finesse guy. He's going to have to push Horace Grant further away from the basket. That's too close.
Barkley, 34 points. Really about everything for Philadelphia Saturday. Hawkins, who struggled on the pick and roll inside Mahorn.
Well, that's more baskets than Ricky Mahorn got entire Saturday. So you see the game plan right now is to get Mahorn and Gilliam off early. 2 quick field goals.
Chicago loves to storm out to that early lead. He's going to be effective at it. Cartwright, who hit his first 6 shots inside, and the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Horace Grant.
Bill Cartwright, a big first quarter. That's the hardest foul that Ricky Mahorn has taken in this series. I thought the other day Philadelphia was very, very passive. It looks to me like they're going to call 2 and the ball, so a flagrant foul here
on Rick Mahorn.
2 shots and possession. Let's see here. Rule that they took Bill Cartwright down. That's a foul that you would not have seen called last year. The foul would have been there, but they would not have gotten possession.
Cartwright, who had an outstanding game in game 1, those 12 of the 14 came in the first quarter.
What happened was in the set offense that Chicago went to in the first quarter, the defensive scheme of Philadelphia got confused, and they allowed Bill Cartwright all alone. And when you let him alone, he can post up. They got some mismatches. He scored against Armand Gilliam. Rick Mahorn has to do the job against him.
Call for the flagrant foul, so Chicago gets 1 point out of that, an opportunity to make it a 3-point play. Jordan gets it to roll in on the front edge of the rim, his first basket of the night, and the Bulls lead it 5-4. Opening moments, first quarter from Chicago Stadium. Hawkins, that's for 3. Rebound, Armand Gilliam. Ricky Green.
Now that plays into Chicago's hands. The long outside jump shot means transition basketball. Keep an eye on Paxson. When Pippen brings it up, he likes to spot up for the open jump shot.
Grant gets the double team. The kick it to Pippen, who is wide open. He's not going to miss that shot.
You want Pippen to make outside jump shots with a little pressure. That time wide open. He actually read the seams on the basketball before he delivered the shot.
Now Cartwright and Mahorn already pushing at each other. That foul on Cartwright.
Now look here, Scottie Pippen. You're going to see this comes off a little weak side interchange. Michael Jordan screens on Barkley. Hersey Hawkins gives him no help, and you see nice rotation on the shot by Scottie Pippen, a much improved outside shooter.
Now Barkley against Pippen.
Here comes the double team. Charles Barkley tries to step through it. Very fortunate there he did not get called for a traveling violation, Bob.
It's on Horace Grant, the personal foul, his first, and Barkley will go to the line.
You know, Bob, when you look at Charles Barkley out there right now with that big knee brace on, he does not have the mobility that he once had. He fell down on that play. Normally, Charles would split that double team, get right to the basket. A little bit of bump there, and Charles went down, so you know his leg is not completely sound.
Charles misses the first. Had a big game in game one. Charles, after this game, said somebody other than me has got to come here and show up for every game. Playing big in one series and beating Milwaukee is not enough. He was obviously aiming it at the rest of his teammates, particularly Rick Mahorn.
Well, I think he was also frustrated because last year they died against the Bulls. They played him and won game 3, and then in game 4, without Scottie Pippen, who was at his father's funeral, Chicago beat them in Philadelphia to go up 3-1.
Inside Horace Grant, 8 feet away. Jordan collects the loose ball, puts it back in. Jordan has 4. Looking for Gilliam inside against Horace Grant. Offside rebound to Pippen, and the Bulls are running.
This is where Philadelphia has to be very, very careful. Chicago, one of the most dangerous teams in the open floor.
Jordan pulls up, fakes, double clutches, he gets it to fall. Jordan has 6. Bulls by 6. Quick drive by Hawkins past Michael Jordan, and Hersey Hawkins gets his first 2 of the game.
That was designed from Jimmy Lynam. He said, get the ball to Hersey Hawkins. We must make Michael Jordan work defensively. Hersey got the step and turned the corner.
Cartwright, who hit his first 6 shots on Saturday, doesn't get this one to fall. Mahorn with the rebound. It'll belong to Philadelphia.
Now Hawkins has got a mismatch with Paxson here. Ricky Green takes it all the way to the basket.
Past Michael. That's 2 in a row. 2 guards who blew past Michael.
You don't normally see Michael Jordan make that kind of mistake. Normally he's one of the toughest defensive players in the game, but twice they're beaten off the dribble.
11-9 Bulls, 8:13 to go, first quarter.
So you go right into Cartwright again. If they can get the second foul on Mahorn, that's an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Cartwright, and Mahorn's happy with it. Cartwright with 2 fouls early.
You can see the Bulls game plan, though. They like to get Cartwright involved early. The ball goes into him in the first quarter. He likes to soften up the middle, and then the perimeter people get more involved in the game.
Mahorn trying to distract Cartwright, bumping him, talking to him as he walks up and down the floor. Barkley inside for the power jam, and this game is tied at 11.
Much better start today than the other day. There's good balance. Hawkins has scored. Barkley, Mahorn, Ricky Green. Every 76er starter has gotten on the board.
6 straight Philadelphia points to tie it. Pippen against Hawkins. Size mismatch, double dribble. It'll be Philadelphia ball, an opportunity to take the lead.
Hersey Hawkins did a nice job that time, Bob, pushing Scottie Pippen to his left hand. The other day in the ball game, Scottie was able to go right on that side, pull up and shoot the little angle jump shot. That time they forced him left, took it away from him.
Barkley and Pippen banging down low. Pippen nearly came away with the steal. Hawkins into the paint. Fadeaway shot falls for Hersey Hawkins. He also, the Philadelphia, no question, are shooting better than they were, except for Charles Barkley's 34 points. The rest of the Philadelphia team shot 29% Saturday.
Looks like an off-ball foul on Charles Barkley. Got him a bump in there, and someone was running through the lane. I could not see it. All I know is that Charles was charged with a foul.
His first. Mahorn also has 1 for Philadelphia. 8-0 Philadelphia run happening here with a 2-point lead in the game. Jordan bullet pass to Cartwright, and the foul.
Now that's why that first foul on Charles Barkley hurt so bad, because now that's 2 touch fouls. And now Charles Barkley is in foul trouble.
7:01 to go in this first quarter.
Watch Michael Jordan with a great penetration now. He's going to drain the whole defense. Look at him, the whole flow. They build a wall, and Barkley's late getting there. I'm sure in retrospect, Charles would like to let that one go because he did nothing to prevent Bill Cartwright from getting the dunk.
Technical foul has been called on Charles Barkley. You hear the crowd. You talk about getting the crowd into it. When you do that in Chicago, it becomes a major factor.
Those Auburn guys love to talk to get their team involved. We just had Chuck Person the last week with his Indiana team. Now we've got Charles Barkley. So the Auburn players trying to fire their teams up.
Let's see this foul, Charles against